What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. It is 10:40 here, and it's been a long effing day for me, but I hope you all had a good one. Appreciate you taking the time. It is day 10 of free agency. Got ourselves a little trade that happened earlier, so we're going to talk about that. I'll recap everything that has happened, keep you up to date, everything you need to know, but we are live here, so any questions, comments that you have, love to hear from you. Watching this later, leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you as well. Appreciate you all hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, becoming members, all the things you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough for the support. But look, this has been one hell of a day for me. Drove over 2 hours away just to knock on the dude's door and him tell me he did not set up an appointment when he did set up an appointment, but he didn't set. Oh my God. I wanted to suplex this dude through his railing. I'm not going to be real with you. Old Gary. Gare, you son of a. So I drove there and then talked to my manager. That was a great time. And then, drove back. So this has been a great training period for me, but I hope you're all doing well. We're going to jump right into this, and then I'll jump back over here, talk to you guys here. But we made a trade for a quarterback, Andy Dalton, and I've seen some of the comments already, people losing their minds. And of course, people are always going to be upset about stuff they don't understand. That's fine. Look, a 7th-round pick next year when we had 2 of them, who cares? You're getting a veteran quarterback, and you might be getting some calls. So might be getting those calls on Tanner McKee. I think that obviously if you did that, you would probably draft somebody to be a backup, in the mid-late rounds. But look, this just means you've got yourself a veteran quarterback. You just lost Sam Howell, so now you're getting a guy at a position you probably would take a backup quarterback if you're the Eagles. So no-brainer move. I think, whoever's upset out there, he is not being brought in to play over Tanner McKee. It'll be if the right offer comes. So just know that the Eagles have a lot of draft picks still, and you get rid of a 7th. Okay, we still have 7 picks next year. We still have those 9 picks this year. So whether we acquire more, trade some of those, we've got a lot of picks. And remember, when that draft starts, you'll actually be able to use that next year too. So you've got 23 total picks. We'll be fine, I can assure you. No reason to fret. And if you're wondering what those picks are for this year, at least you know what they are, as in number-wise. So you can see the 9 picks. I promise you, that draft pick will be just fine. We will be just fine. Andy Dalton, though, a veteran, man. And this is a guy that's been in the league forever. And I wish, experience was 7 years, but I just totally biffed it on that one. Did not change when I wanted to change it. But just realize that is not what that is. So he's got himself 15 years in this league. He only played in 4 games last year. 1 started, 67.6 completion percentage, a touchdown, and interception. He was sacked 8 times. Look, he's not being brought in here to be the starter. He's a veteran. Help you in the room. The old Red Rocket here. So, look, again, a veteran quarterback, 38 years old, and he's one of those pocket quarterbacks, 6'2", 225, former 2nd-round pick in 2011. So, dude, going to be his 16th season. But you can see here now the Eagles have added 3 players on offense, 3 on defense. And again, these are all smart picks. We got some guys that are going to play, some guys that are depth. Again, there's a long time before the season starts, and I'll continue saying that before, anybody loses their mind. But I keep seeing, how Howie isn't doing this and how he failed with this trade. Okay, that is far from what's happening here, guys. These additions are all great additions. Very excited about them. But we've also, stayed in-house. We got Carter, Dickerson, and Goddard all worked out, figured out cap space, opened up. Hell yeah. And then you bring back Calcaterra and Braden, man. That's exciting. So Howie's not doing nothing. You extended Jordan Davis. So very excited about that. And then we had those futures contracts that we talk about, and those are the guys that were on the practice squad, some players from other teams' practice squads, just competition for the offseason. So, when you're bringing in, competition, some people, oh, this, that, the other thing, you got to have that competition. Yes, I know it's off-season competition. It's the off-season. That's what's happening. They're competing. So very aware. But look, I understand people were concerned about losing players. We just lost A.J. Dillon to the Panthers. So we didn't lose these guys. Really, they're free agents. If we wanted to re-sign them, we would. And, all these guys, the only person we talked about was Jalen Phillips, who, if he got overpriced, wasn't coming back. And sure enough, he got overpriced. No one else on this list was, and look, I love Nakobe Dean, big fan of Reed Blankenship, but we knew these guys weren't coming back. And a lot of these players, every year you're going to have this overturn. It's just, that's how free agency works. So no reason to fret, man. I know the media tries to get people worked up, but again, this is a normal offseason. And we do have a few guys that are left here as our free agents. And you can see Van Sumeren, Felix Fualo there, the international player, and then Fred Johnson, who I would definitely bring back as the swing tackle. Hopefully keep him for the future. But still, in the draft, you're going to look there. You got some young guys in Hilton and Williams, and there's going to be competition. But, yeah, I would look there. We don't have a long snapper. Charlie Hewlett's there. We just had the long snapper from Penn State in for a visit. Maybe we look in the draft. We talked about bringing in guys, undrafted or maybe a late pick for a long snapper. We'll see. But defense, maybe you bring back Epps for some depth. I would let Brandon Graham retire. The rest of the guys, Adore did okay, but I'm good at corner. And Perry Nickerson, that's somebody you could probably add to the practice squad if he doesn't make the team. But let's take a look at what this team actually looks like here. And, Dalton, again, is your third quarterback. This is not somebody being brought in to overtake McKee. But if McKee is traded and you draft someone to be a backup, then the room looks a little better. But Jalen Hurts is QB1, so that's all that really matters. And you just hope he stays healthy. Now, the rest of the positions here, we've talked about adding Marquise Brown. Love that. We'll see what the hell goes down with A.J. Brown. But Johnny Munn, adding a blocking tight end, I love that. Calcaterra brought back, Goddard brought back. So looking intriguing there at tight end. The line, we've talked about it, adding some depth, but you've got pieces here. So see what they decide to do. And I can show you the rest of the positions, but you see Dalton there. And again, it's, no sweat off my back. I really could care less. I'm happy to have a veteran here. 7th rounder next year is no big deal. Now, you can see Tariq Woolen. That is the one that's got me ready to run through a wall. You got Ebiketie there, and then Jonathan Jones' depth pieces. That I love those additions. So really pumped up to see what this team is able to do. Special teams department, again, need a long snapper. Got our punter back, though. So very, very excited about, yes, that's right, a punter. Best in the game. Let's go. But maybe we try Marquise Brown at some returning. That would be pretty cool. Would love to see it. But that's what went down. Love to hear your thoughts. Can't make this a super long one. Got to get rolling now. I am really tired, if you can't tell. Quite a lot of driving and quite a lot of just wanting to be home. But, yeah, I think adding a guy like Andy Dalton, adding a guy like Marquise Brown the last couple of days, getting, some offensive pieces where, look, again, you're losing pieces. You knew you would. You already have a lot of these young guys. So I'm pumped up. Let me know how you feel about this free agency so far. Tiffany, Jay, appreciate you all taking the time to tune in. So, yeah, man, we got a burner here. We got Marquise Brown. We talked about it the other day. Get the speed. Take it off the top. Get some slants. We're going to have a whole new offense with Sean Mannion. So, really excited to see him and the rest of this offensive staff, Josh Grizzard, having Gerard Johnson brought in. I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table. So, A.J. Brown, I'd love to keep around, but we'll see after June 1st. So, said going to have a little over $100 million next year. Oh, we'll see. Everything will change. They have no idea. But go Birds. Appreciate you tuning in, Bob. But, look, yeah, I think so far so good. We're adding depth. You saw the roster there on the depth chart I just showed you. You have the draft coming up next month. You're going to continue to add free agents. And I have this show that I've been trying to put up with the best available free agents. I'm going to put out tomorrow. And you guys will be able to check that out pretty early. Going to try to have that out for you guys around lunchtime so you can watch that on your breaks or whatever the hell you're doing. But we'll take a look at all the top guys that are out there. And as we talk about it, I will blend in, what the Eagles got going on, what I think, they should be looking to do still. But so far, again, adding that corner that you needed was huge. Getting that speed receiver was huge. And if you could keep A.J. Brown, I get it. The fans, the media hate A.J. Brown. They want him gone. They've been doing it for 2 years now. For me, I want to keep him, man. I really wish we could have this offense with all these weapons, and we could. We have the money. So I am not with those people that want to get rid of all of our good players and coaches and GM and everybody all the time. I want to win. So let's keep our good players. But I don't know. At this point, we get it, with A.J. Brown. I can't imagine being him the last couple of years, having to hear it from the fans and media every single day, just about wanting to get rid of him. I, again, would love to have a top receiver here, but Devontae Smith is awesome. I guess, you would go into the draft and hope you get one in one of the first few rounds. But, again, I would just like to keep him and just it is what it is. But if you're getting something in return and it's too hard to pass on, okay. But as I've told you for months upon months upon months upon months, and it has taken people way too long to figure out how the cap works, and I do it for free. And you saw the video months ago showing you what would happen if you traded A.J. Brown, and it doesn't make any sense. He already cost you $23 million right now on the cap. If you trade him, you're adding another $43 million dead cap. Is stupid to get rid of your really good player. So you're going to hurt yourself and lose more cap to get rid of one of your best players just because he's upset. I'm not doing that. Now, after June 1st, we talked about it. You could actually save $7 million cap this year. They prorate that dead money next year. You do all that great stuff. Why not wait? Again, I wouldn't do it. But at this point, I cannot. I saw somebody made a post today, like in the group about, I'm really tired of the A.J. Brown trades. So would you trade A.J. Brown? And it's just, I just want to comment like, hey, man, have you ever considered not making posts every single day and commenting on the other post about it every single day and tweeting and resharing? And it's just, the more you keep talking about it every single moment and the more you just make sure that it sticks around, the more it actually sticks around. So, wild idea. Don't listen to them. But yeah, it drives me insane. Yeah, Bob, well, look, man, went over, recapped what's going on. We talked about lost another player to free agency, but one we weren't going to bring back. We talked about that, A.J. Dillon. None of these guys are surprising. The only one we talked about was Jalen Phillips, and then some depth pieces like Fred Johnson, Marcus Epps. Maybe you bring them back. But beyond that, man, again, no surprises here. Adding Andy Dalton gives you a veteran quarterback, and if you have the right price for Tanner McKee, maybe you pull the trigger there. Why not? I like Tanner McKee, but he's a backup quarterback, and you want to get something of value, and then you do it again. Find someone in the draft, you build them up, develop them, and then do it again. Jalen's got a long career here. I know a lot of people, the Eagles fans are really upset, don't want to get rid of their white savior, but you got a little ginger Jesus here for you now. So there you go. Now we'll be here for Andy Dalton needs to start. And that's when I jump out this window. But please don't do that. Jalen and Saquon just arrived, no doubt. But look, guys, it's been a long, long day. And if you have any questions about what's going on in free agency or anything else, please feel free. Let me know. I got a couple minutes here, but I got to get rolling here. Got to go eat. Going to get some sleep. Well, I'm going to get a shower, then I'm going to get some sleep. But it would have been really late. I wouldn't even have been making this video if that old pappy would have given me the time of day. But, yeah, don't do that. Don't set up appointments and then make people drive 2 hours and then be a dickbag. That'd be great. Thanks, because that's a lot of gas money. And with the dickbags in control right now, just keeps going up, man. Keeps going up. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. But, look, yeah. So you guys can let me know who you feel. Who's the top free agent you would add? I got a whole list. 215 of them for you. Every single position, specialist, and we got fullbacks. We got everybody. So, yeah, I'll put that out tomorrow. You guys can check that bad boy out. You can go check out any of the other videos on Marquise Brown or Tariq Woolen, Ebikadi that we talked about that I really think is a great addition. When you have Hunt and Smith, add to that rotation, go into the draft, add someone else to that rotation, get another guy, whether you trade Jonathan Greenard or you draft and add a free agent and whatever else you do. You heard me. So I think that, this is all things we've talked about. And what I've talked about was staying patient like I do every year. This is why I know I make these shows way too far in advance, but I want you guys to be ready for this stuff rather than having to be like all the casuals out there that are lost as to why these things are happening when you already have videos as to why we're going to restructure Michael Carter or Dallas Goedert or all these things and how the money works and all the stuff you like to know. So just remember, I will keep you up to date. I will do my best. But if you have any questions, anything on your mind, and I'm always here for you, always down to talk some birds. But look, I'll drop that video for you tomorrow. Anything happens, I'll make a video when I get home. Friday, same deal. Going to do my best this weekend. But, oh, my Lord, it is... Oh, this month's flying by. But look, guys, need anything. Doesn't have to be about the birds. You can always reach out. I am always here for you guys. But if you need anything, let me know. I'm going to hit the hay, though. I'm like drifting, trying to remember what the hell I'm trying to say here. But I love you guys. Appreciate you all taking the time here. Thank you for hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all you're doing to support the channel. I will keep doing my best to keep you up to date throughout free agency. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, sickos. Go Birds!